It's Week 15 of the NFL, and we'll be watching the Falcons' leader at quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Falcons and the Texans, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
His throw here is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. That's brought in downfield by London. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
This offense finding its legs.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Kyle Pitts, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly.
Quarter, and this offense has it in the red zone, 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Darren Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
The Texans offense and their offense and their running back getting set for this next. Now back to throw. No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Still going. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's... They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. The fourth quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That one deep for London. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. Down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Oh, some strong running. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Texans, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll get another home day.
Giants next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his...
They'll try it with Estime. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. They'll run. Estime. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year.
It's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen...
Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Commanders add 6 to their lead. Second and goal from the 1. They'll go again with Estime. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Commanders get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. A little fatigue maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
And that right there is a definition. And that right there is a definition.
And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Commanders, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.
It's week 15 of the National Football League, and we've got the Titans' versatile running back. He's the owner of the third most rushing touchdowns league-wide. It's the Titans and the Raiders, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The final 4 weeks of the NFL regular season is upon us. Welcome to the booth, Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. Partners, week 15 just feels like a horse race. We're at the top of the stretch. Now it's the sprint for home.
And up until this point, Mike, every team's goal is, can we be in the conversation for the playoffs in this final 4-week stretch? Where here we are. And if you've done that, well, man, they're...
Look at this. They go with their tight end on third down. And they bring him down to 23, but that will do just fine. On third down, they'll set up to throw. A hit, and he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery.
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big defense.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's going to be intercepted. And the Raiders will take over here from past the 30.
These second-half red zone opportunities are great. You never score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0. Look deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
The Vegas offense. It is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And the Raiders have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
Frankly, Mike, a disaster. That's now 5 turnovers, 3 coming through the air. You're just not going to win games at this level playing giving the ball away.
The Raiders offense and their quarterback set to take the field. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. Back to throw. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion and will take the ball over on down. The Raiders offense ready. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete. And they turn it over. So this one, a win for the Raiders. They're able to bounce back after a difficult loss a week ago. Respond with a much better overall performance, and it culminates in a victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders, winners here. We'll see if there are other winners outside. So long from Vegas.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll be watching the Patriots' superstar tight end. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Patriots and the Browns on Sunday night.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all. To diagnose the run and stop it for a very short.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits.
Zone. You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands.
Touchdown, Patriots! A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Pats have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there, and you're elusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Christensen. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the sideline celebrates as they behind it. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Pats, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.